clicked on this video, I'm gonna assume that you're new to drones. I may be completely wrong with that, that may be out of pocket. However, a couple of months ago, I was new to drones too, and when I stumbled across the DJI Mini 4K combo, I thought, wow, you can actually get a drone that shoots 4K for this price and this sort of quality build. I just didn't think there was any way that this could be possible, and I didn't think it could be feasible. Well, now I have the combo, the Mini Fly Creator combo, whatever you want to call it, Fly More combo, in my hands here, and we're going to review it for you today. This isn't about to become a tech review channel, this is a travel channel, and this is the most ideal traveling drone that I've come across on the internet. Let's get right into it. So when I say this is a traveler's dream, this is what I mean. Look at this thing. My hands are apparently small. My mum turned around to me yesterday and said, you've actually got quite small hands, Sam, haven't you? I was like, violations being left, right and centre out here. But look, this is my hand. Maybe it's small, maybe it's not, I don't know. But look, this thing, genuinely, about the size of my hand, if not smaller. Yeah, smaller, all perfect size. Right, so it comes with this, I'm pretty sure this comes on all DJI drones, but this wing protector, this is actually really ideal, especially if you're traveling and you're keeping this drone in your bag and not in like a protective case. That will hopefully keep your propellers like in one place and keep them safe. So here's the actual drone itself. I'm just gonna unfold it here for you now. But yeah, so here's the actual drone when it's unfolded. So generally about the size of my head here. But yeah, it's a very small drone. And as you can see on the side, it's 249 grams, which I'm pretty sure in the UK, US, and most countries around the world, that means that this is legal to fly without having a license, which is the most ideal thing, because the last thing I wanna do is go to Camp America this year and have to get a license to be able to fly this drone. I can just whip out this drone wherever I am in America and just fly it, and I'm so excited to do that, and you'll definitely be seeing the footage of this thing all summer. But look, it also comes with a protector thing here, which protects the camera and the gimbal, and this, as the name suggests in the drone, shoots up to 4K, which again is fantastic. You're getting such high quality from such a small and cheap drone. I generally think on Black Friday this thing was probably about £349, but I didn't get it on that day. And then at the back here, I'm not too sure what the cable's for. I'm pretty sure that's to charge the battery if it's actually in the drone itself. But you've also got a micro SD card there, and then out here is where the battery goes in. But you didn't come here for a tour on how to use a drone. You came here to understand what it's like to fly it as a beginner. So I came into this drone experiment with absolutely no experience whatsoever. I'd flown like the cheap £20 ones when I was younger, but I'd never actually like owned a proper drone before that would just hover in the air if you stopped touching the joysticks, which this does, as you've seen in the clip sort of like floating around this video. And it's just a beginner's dream. When I say that, I mean, it's obviously not going to be the easiest thing in the world. You've just spent however much money on a drone and you're going to be scared to fly it for the first couple of times. So my recommendations would actually be to like go to an open field where there's less likely chances for you to hit a tree, for you to break it, for it to go into any water, and for you to just generally feel like scared while using it. I generally say get comfortable before you actually take it out into more dangerous terrains, such as like lakes and stuff like that. So obviously, as I mentioned, it's very useful for beginners. I'd had no experience personally, and my first couple of times trying this out with my friend, he sort of like had a better grasp of it than me, because I don't know, I'd never really been into drone and technologies like that, because I was always that person that was overly cautious about whether I was going to crash it. So taking it out for a few times on my own, I started to sort of like grow in confidence. And there's a pool, like a harbour near where we are, I don't know what you call it, but there's one of those near where I live. So I was taking it out over there, and then one day I just got a little bit too confident, and I decided to take it over the water. And generally, when you can't hear the drone anymore, it's terrifying, because you're flying this thing that costs hundreds of pounds over like a vast pool of water, and you're like, if this thing crashes, that's it, because nobody's out here paying for the extra protection or extra money to keep this thing safe, which ideally probably should have. For a beginner, it's an absolute dream. I generally couldn't have asked for like a better flying experience, especially something so easy out the bag. Like, I've done a lot of shots or quite a few test flights now with this thing over water, over land, over high buildings, sort of over roads, and I've never really felt once that even in like strong winds that this thing is gonna sort of falter, this thing's gonna give me any issues, just because of how easy it is to operate. As I've said, if you stop using it, if you take your hands off the remote control, the thing will just hover there or hover wherever you are with it at the time. And also there's things on the remote control and on the app which will teach you how to get it like to emergency land and emergency land back at home, and your home point will be updated every time you use this thing. So again, if you're like panicking and you're like me and you're like, oh mate, it's gone, generally just press, I'm pretty sure this is the button. This is what I've been pressing anyway, and it's been coming back to me and landing, so something's working so far. As you can tell, I am such a beginner with this thing, and as time progresses I will get better with it, I promise. But I've had so much fun using it recently. So as I've said, I do a lot of content creation, and when I go to America this year, I'm going to be taking this drone with me, and a big selling point for me was the fact of how small it was. It's such like a compact and small item, I guess you could call it. So for example, once you've got the drone here and everything's folded up, just imagine that the wing covers on it, that takes ages to put on, so I'm not gonna do that. You've got your remote here, bang, and then you've got your extra batteries here, bang. So once you're ready to take it away and fly, just remember what the old drones used to look like. I'll put a picture up here now. Imagine trying to take one of those in a suitcase or a backpack and take that abroad with you when you're going on holiday. It's just an absolute nightmare. So look, this is the whole package. This is everything. 3 batteries, remote control, drone. I mean, they do give you this fancy bag that it goes in. But personally, I don't think I'll be taking that with me. I've got like a camera bag because obviously I do a lot of photography content. That is sort of what I get hired to do in America. So yeah, I have a photography bag which has like dividers in it. Again, I'll put a picture of it. And this thing fits perfectly into it. I've already like sort of devised where everything's going, and I can fit these two into one of the sort of pouches, and then the remote will go into its own sort of like separate divider in the bag. And I just find that so useful, especially as someone who wants to take this traveling with them further than America, like further just into the future. It's gonna come in so in handy with how compact and how transportable it is. Would I recommend this drone to a beginner who's looking to get into drones, never flown anything like this before, possibly doesn't have a whole lot of money to get into it, but wants something maybe for traveling, maybe for home, just like adventures that you go on? And my answer would be 100% yes. I'm not paid by DJI to say this. I've got 51 subscribers. They're not looking at my channel to like send out products and give recommendations to you guys. So this is just a wholehearted normal person's reaction and belief on a subject. I believe that the price for this thing is outstanding. I can't remember how much it is. I will leave the price on the screen. But yeah, if you're looking to get one of these, then the price is definitely worth it. If you don't want to get the Fly More combo, I believe that doesn't come with the extra batteries, it doesn't come with a bag, and yeah, I believe that's what else it doesn't come with. You don't have to get that. You can generally just get this drone if you're looking to fly it for 20 to 30 minutes when traveling or when you're using it in everyday life, and that's fine for you, then 100% go for that. There's no need to spend the extra money if you don't want to or if you don't have to. I would personally recommend it if you're going traveling. You've never flown a drone before, you don't have to get a license for this thing. You don't have to like spend hours out there learning how to use it before you actually get good at flying, because I think that puts a lot of people off. If a thing takes a lot of time for you to actually like get into using and takes a lot of practice to get good at, then it puts a lot of people off. But this thing generally doesn't take that long to get good at. I personally believe I'm a fairly confident flyer now. I wouldn't say I'm decent, but I'm getting there, and it hasn't taken me long at all. So yes, that is my wholehearted reaction to this, and hopefully that gives some of you guys a better idea of the product as a whole. If you did enjoy this video, please leave it a like and please subscribe. I really appreciate the 51 of you that have subscribed to my channel so far. It's amazing to me because I've never had that amount on a YouTube channel before, coming from a kid who's had accounts since he was like 10 years old. So yeah, it means a lot to me, and I'm excited to hopefully grow it a little bit further. And if you would do me a solid, it'd help me out if you just hit the little share button, share it to your Instagram stories, Snapchat, send it to your mum, dad, uncle, nan, distant relatives. That would be fantastic. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the future.